everyone, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Marvel United Multiverse. So over the past weeks, I've been reviewing many of the different expansions from the Marvel United Multiverse. This is actually a base game. You can buy this and just play Marvel United. Now, if you've never played Marvel United before, go watch my Marvel United review, which should explain how to play the game, because I'm just treating this kind of as an expansion. We're just looking at the new stuff in this box. There is 4 new villains. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heroes. There's actually one character who's a villain or hero. This game adds something new called equipment, which also shows up in many of the Marvel United expansions, the multiverse expansions. They're also being a little bit more esoteric here. These are not characters that you would normally see. Like you see Captain Carter and Black Panther Shuri and Ironheart, and you're like, God Emperor Doom. You're like, who are all these people? This is the extra stuff from the Marvel Universe. They already did Marvel United and Marvel United X-Men. This is their, and Marvel United, the Spider-Verse. So this is actually their 4th base set here. So hey, if you want to buy a base set, this one's as good as the rest, I suppose. There's some villains in here that aren't too terribly complicated. And the heroes in here are pretty easy to play. But let's take a look at what's in the box, starting with equipment. So let's talk about the new thing here, which is equipment cards. So some of the characters will come with equipment cards, and in fact, this set comes with a whole ton of equipment cards for older characters. There's Captain America's shield, Cyclops' visor, Gambit's deck of cards, web shooters, etc., etc. It also comes with some generic ones that anyone can use. If you use an equipment, it tells you to get rid of your double wild card. I'll do what I want. So I use them or don't use them sometimes. But these generic ones are not that good. Like here, using your turn. If there's no other heroes in your location, you get a heroic action. Then turn this face down. And this one, when it's exhausted, remove it from the game. Sometimes they're not removed from the game. Most of these generic ones are. But the generic ones, in no way or fashion, are these worth exchanging your double wild for. Shuri, Black Panther, on the other hand, has 2 equipment cards. Here you can ignore damage done to any hero or defeat a thug and use an adjacent thing. And both of these, this one is when you're KO'd, it comes back up. And this one you can discard a token to turn it face up. But she can give wild tokens from the pool to other people. And she can reveal the top 2 cards of the master plan, draw a card, or treat this heroic as wild and recharge her hard light shield. So she has 2 of those. So you're able to use that shield more often. She's definitely a character who's all about her equipment. Pretty good. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you her miniature. There it is. All right, next we have Loki. Now, Loki's pretty funny because Loki is introduced here after they added the purple characters who could be hero or villain. So they needed to add a blue even though Loki's already a villain. Loki has the scepter where you can add 2 thugs to do 2 damage in any other location. And you can recharge this with 2 action tokens. That's pretty hard. But shape-shifting, where you can redirect damage to another hero, or henchman, that's better. He can also recharge his scepter with this one, and he can decide where the villain moves. The rest of his cards are fine. He's more heroic than you would expect Loki to be. He's okay. You know who's not okay? Captain Carter. You know why Captain Carter's not okay? Because she's awesome. So she can attack an adjacent location, or ignore a damage, and then turn it face down her shield, and discard an action token to get that back. But look at this amazing card, Resourceful. Give one of those tokens to another person. That's great. You can also hit an adjacent location or recharge the shield. You got 2 of those. And give a wild token to another hero and then let them draw a card. Not only that, her cards have great icons on them. She's amazing. Oddly, Ironheart doesn't have any equipment, but Ironheart also gives tokens to among the heroes. Can treat heroic as wild, or get a token, and she can do that twice, and then discard an action token to do 2 against a single target in yours or an adjacent location, and then have decent icons on her cards. She's pretty solid. Also solid is Mighty Thor, and she can, instead of drawing the top card of her deck, search for a Mjolnir card and draw it, and then shuffle this deck and turn it face down. And then if she plays a hero, with a no special effect, you get it face back up. So the hammer cards are just do 3 damage against a single target in your location. That's fantastic. You can save and wait till you need this one. She also has teleportation where she can take everyone with her, which is clearly one of the best cards in the game. And All heroes in your location can't take damage until the beginning of your next turn. A great one to play when everyone's in the same spot. And then the rest of her cards also very good. Mighty Thor indeed. And ooh, a cool model here for Spider-Man 2099, who starts with a card that as long as it's face up, if there's no movement, he gets a free movement, which is nice. Revealing the top card of the master plan. A double attack here. And then stunning. Stunning is always good. Not amazing or spectacular as Spider-Man's might be, but he's pretty solid. Then we have the villain slash hero in his hero form, Cosmic Ghost Rider, who's not too much different than the other Ghost Riders in many ways, but he has the Hell Cycle where he gets a free movement, and all you have to do is defeat 2 or more thugs to get it face back up. And here, defeat 2 or more targets. So, using this, can undo this. He also has Remote Possession. He can use an end of turn effect in any location with no threat as if he was there. That's pretty good near the end of the game. Defeat all the thugs. Defeat 1 thug in yours and adjacent location. And 2 against a single target. He's all about fighting, which is kind of shown by the rest of his cards. Definitely a guy who likes to punch. As a bad guy, Cosmic Ghost Rider is a great one for when you teach people the game, because he just does damage to heroes and then discards thugs. It's pretty basic, and for each thug, you're moving this up 1. If it gets to 20, you lose. And all his cards are adding thugs or civilians to locations, and he's going to move to spots with that location, or he can add 1 to every location. So he's basically just adding thugs. So if you play against him with new people, with people who are good at fighting, say Captain America, she's pretty good against Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's kind of a nice entry point into the game. Now, more tricky villain, but also, not terribly overpowered. We have Maestro. If you don't know who he is, he's basically old Hulk. He's lived for a really long time. So he's super smart, just hates everybody. He just does tons of damage, though. Doing 3 damage is pretty horrific. And anytime he KOs someone, he just gains health. So if you're playing with 4 players, his health starts at 5, but his health can go above his starting amount. So you're going to just have to go around and kill him. And then when you do kill him, he ignores 2 damage unless you have him in the same location. So you need to drag Rick Jones to that spot. He just has Dogs of War everywhere. They're basically the same in all the spots. And he's just going to move and hunt you down like a mad dog, which he is and has dogs. He does a lot of damage. Emperor Doom, because why not have another Dr. Doom you have to fight? But this one's from Secret Wars, much more powerful, at least in the comic books. He's adding these Doom tokens, which require 2 damage to be defeated. He has, basically, he'll do damage to any location, has these Doom bots. And Namor and the Purple Man are with him for some reason. And he has rapid escape plans, where if any heroes go, he immediately runs away. He recovers 1 health for he ends world hunger, ends crime. Advanced Doom bots. He's putting these Doom bots out everywhere. And if you can't get enough, if there's no more room to put out Doom bots, then players lose. He's pretty tough, but at least I like him because you kind of have a goal when you're going to fight him. Immortus is kind of an interesting chap here because you don't have to kill him to win. You just have to complete all 3 missions. But he's constantly killing these thugs and civilians there, and he removes the token from a mission if it's not completed. So you need to go around and then defeat these missions, which are a bunch of bad guys. Annihilus, Yondu, Star Fox, Captain Marvel, Silver Surfer, and then the Takian Field Generator. He also starts with this Infinity Watch Assemble, where he discards all the people from his own location. He's a weird one to fight, because on one hand, he's a lot easier, and on the other hand, he's a lot harder. So he's a lot of things, tactics that you do against other villains won't work against him. There's also a bunch of new locations, and I'm not going to go over all of them. But hey, you can fight in front of the UN headquarters now, or in front of the Alchemax headquarters, or in front of TVA headquarters. There's a lot of headquarters in this set. And there's a lot of other cards here. There's master plans if you want to play heroes versus someone wants to be a master villain, etc. Well, there's no secret that Marvel United is one of my favorite games. I like all this stuff. I really like equipment. I know some people aren't going to be like the fact that sometimes I use equipment and double wilds, but also sometimes these villains are really hard. But this has a bunch of stuff in it. A lot of the different cards in here. It is a little weird to buy this as a starting set and get 21 equipment cards for characters you don't have. And yes, if you're collecting the whole set, if you're collecting everything, like I have everything from Marvel United, then you're like, yay, I can add these cards into those original sets, but you know, that's about the extent of it. So either way, I really think this is an interesting set. It's a lot of fun. The different characters, the equipment cards, I think are really fun. It's an 8.5 for me because I just love Marvel United. It's fun to go around and play with all this stuff. So check it out. I got more Marvel United stuff coming for you in future weeks. Keep an eye out for it.